Hello friends, let me hope you are doing well and everything is basically moving on. In our previous video, we were trying to play around with the keyframes, but as we were doing our work, sound went off and we weren't picking up well, I believe. So what I was trying to do was here. So what we were trying to do was to play around with different scales to see that at least we create motion in our design. So with this motion, it is not smooth as we want it. So we click on that. Then we also click on position. What does it say? This action will delete existing keyframes. Do you want to continue? Okay. So I want them off. So I want to create motion whereby I can at least exactly see what is basically going on. So I play with the scale. Then I also play with that, with scale and position. So if I get this and maybe bring it up to there, are you seeing that? Then look up this, that is what position. So position should stay the same, but at least I should experience some motion on this video. I don't understand why it is not like responding yet. Okay. So maybe after rendering, as you see it, maybe after rendering it, that is when I will happen to see that being active as I need it. So the same thing to this. Okay. Okay, there is that motion, but not too much of it. Then after obtaining that motion, so I'm going to be continuing to play around with another effect. But I told you that before we include this last effect, it is the one that is going to be basically determining our final steps. Okay, so if I happen to get this, then hold it now after selecting everything, then click and drag. While holding, I click Alt. So I create a duplicate of it. Now, someone can use this method, the first method I'm going to be using, or can use another method that I will be showing you. Okay, so after doing that duplication, someone can come here and click Radial Shadow. Okay, this one. So if I get this and place it maybe on this, okay, so the first thing I would look for is the shadow color. So this shadow color, I should maybe make it white. Okay, then besides that, resize layer. Okay, so are you seeing that? Then I'm going to be playing around with it so that this, I put it maybe at 5 to have it show up at all sides as equal. Okay, light source, so I play with light source to make sure that at least it does not do what? It does not go off too much as you see it here. Okay, so then when it comes to opacity, now I want to make this 100%. Okay, so now I would want to play with this shadow. That would have been maybe like the shadow angle, to play with this shadow to see that at least it like covers, not that like as you see it here, this side is bigger than this. I would want to see it a little bit balanced. So are you seeing that? So I'm playing with the light source. So after that, I also click play around with the upper one. Okay, like that. Like that. So let's assume that is what I would want to have. Okay, then from there, I close this. So I want to copy this, okay, this effect. But maybe before I copy this effect, I may decide to add a shadow. Okay, I add a shadow, then that is a drop shadow. Okay, so I drag and drop it there. So when I'm adding this drop shadow, we also consider the angle. Okay, distance. Does that distance work? Maybe. Not shadow only. Then I look at opacity. We would want it to be more seen. Then we increase a little bit, maybe the distance for people to see it. Then the angle. So let it be somewhere there. There, I want people to like see it from this side, the right, because that is where most of the people's eyes would land immediately at seeing. So then after that, now we select these effects because we want them to be put and placed on every image that is basically above the above layer. So we click the first one, that is Radial Shadow, hold shift and click on the second one. Or if they are not selecting, what we do, we get this. Let me first see. So I click on the first one, that is Radial Shadow, hold the Control, click on the second one, right click and say copy. So if I happen to come here, then I press a Control V. So with this version I'm using, that does not work. So you have to click in each. Control V. So are you seeing? Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. So like that. So Control V, Control V. So with this one, it is as if I dropped it 2 times. So Control V, Control V. So like that, I go on pasting it like that, like that, like that. So like that, like that. Finally, so now the other stuff that I would be doing, that is to do it after here. We are going to be looking at doing it after here. So thanks for watching. Let us continue to the next part of the video and see what is basically going to be happening down. Thank you for watching.